Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to all of our guests. Thank you for being here, Senator Whitehouse, Congressman Amo, Mayor Rivera, the Latino Policy Institute, especially its executive director, Marcela Bettencourt, who is an alumna of Rhode Island College. As president of this institution, my mission is not just to educate our students, but to serve them as who they are, where they come from, and what they hope to achieve. I appreciate that I share this commitment with Senator Whitehouse and your extreme colleagues. No, you have plenty of those, don't you? The esteemed colleagues.
I've got both.
I know. Freud's not dead. It is through this funding and your sustained support that we can further our mission as a public college to be the driving force behind the next great leaders, innovators, and scholars in Rhode Island. Rhode Island College is a reflection of the diversity of our state. We educate a diverse cross-section of Rhode Islanders, with 28% of our students identifying as Hispanic Latinx, and 47 identifying as students of color. And that's really, it's important in a number of contexts, but a couple of weeks ago, this room was filled with students and Fidelity Investments as a potential employer. And what does Fidelity want? They want competent graduates, which we produce, and they want diverse graduates, because what employer in Rhode Island isn't interested in diversifying its employee base? So we have all of that here. Rhode Island College is a federally designated Hispanic serving institution, so we'll be calling us an HSI, and minority serving institution, MSI, and we are proud of it. We see this designation as an affirmation of our mission to serve all students. Through your continued support, Senator Whitehouse, we are able to connect our diverse Rhode Island communities to our campus. In 2023, our Vice President, Jennifer Giroux, has led the effort to secure this grant. She'll tell you a bit more about that in a few minutes. But broadly speaking, this funding has allowed us to make investments in hiring staff to lead our efforts as an HSI, provide professional development opportunities to our faculty, staff, and administrators by their attending regional and national conferences, and build partnerships with Excellencia in Education, the nation's leading policy, advocacy, and research group on Latinx student success. We are pleased to work with the Latino Policy Institute in understanding the policies and practices that impact student success and student engagement. As the 11th president of Rhode Island College, I am committed to the work of advancing us as an HSI and MSI. I am the only college or university president in Rhode Island to be a member of the Presidents for Latino Student Success Network through Excellencia in Education. This connects me to presidents and chancellors from all over the country to explore and learn from them. They can learn from us about best practices in this arena. We recognize and value the strengths of all our students bring to campus. In just a few moments, you'll hear from one of our amazing student leaders, William Mejia Granados, about his experiences here. William is a testament to our spirit of servingness, as well as the great work made possible by the support from you, Senator Whitehouse. Thank you, Senator Whitehouse, for being such an advocate and supporter of our work to make Rhode Island College the most student-centered institution in the state. Before I turn it over to our next speaker, I want to take a moment to acknowledge that the education that takes place at Rhode Island College happens on Narragansett land. We honor the history and ancestry of the First Nations and Indigenous peoples in our state and their contributions to our community. So next, I want to introduce Senator Whitehouse, but first I have to embarrass him, because I came from a breakfast sponsored by the New England Council group that gathers together wide variety of business people, educators, and others from around New England. And The senator was our breakfast speaker this morning. And, you know, Senator, you're known for your work with the environment, you're known for your work with the Supreme Court, but what amazed me this morning is the depth and breadth of all the other issues: healthcare, the economy, finance, risks to the economy, and risks to the nature of funding for all of the important things that are funded out of the Congress. So there wasn't a question that was too tough or to go into 6 to 10 layers deep on these issues. So I'm very proud, Senator, to have you representing our fine state in Washington, D.C. You're a testament to the power of the mind that we produce here in Rhode Island. So with all of that, I hope I haven't embarrassed you too much about all that. Senator Whitehouse.
Thank you, Jack. I'm just trying to keep up with the exciting new member of our delegation, Gabe Amo, who is here. And I'm delighted to be here with Gabe, also with Representative Grace Diaz, fresh off a very strong election, and Mayor Rivera. Thank you so much, Mayor, for all of your work. Today is really about celebrating RIC and the achievements that RIC has accomplished as a minority-centered university, a minority-serving institution, MSI called, and now an Hispanic-serving institution, which is, it makes, RIC is the first in the state of Rhode Island and the first in the region to accomplish that. And we know perfectly well the population RIC serves and the importance that RIC has to upward mobility in our wonderful state. So it is really thrilling to see this achievement happening under Dr. Jack Warner, the president. And I was pleased to be able to find a little stray money kicking around the federal government to give you about $225,000 to help implement the HSI designation and increase the success of the program. So this is a very happy day for me, but I think it's also a very proud day for Rhode Island College, and I want to express my appreciation to you and to your team, to everybody who helped, to Jen Giroux particularly, and we'll hear also from Marcela Betancourt and William Granado, so I'm looking forward to that. And with that, I think what he said earlier was that I went on too long at the breakfast meeting. So I'll end it here and turn the mic over, I think, to Congressman Amo.
Well, thank you so much, Senator Whitehouse, and it's so great to be here at RIC. I'm such a fan of this institution, and even though it is steps out of the 1st Congressional District, I get my passport stamped to be here because you are so important to me and to Rhode Island. And so I want to start out certainly with an acknowledgement for all of the elected officials here, my great friend, Representative Grace Diaz, Mayor Rivera, who I will introduce, but I want to focus on a modest character here today who has played a big role in RIC really taking advantage of this designation. That is Senator Sheldon Whitehouse. Let's hear it for him. Because understanding the capacity of our institutions to best serve, most effectively serve the people in our communities is one of the most fundamental roles of being an elected official in the state, especially at the federal level, and Sheldon delivers every single time. So I am grateful to be part of this great team that serves Rhode Islanders in Washington, who focuses most importantly amongst all of the challenges facing our world, our constituents here in Rhode Island. And another highlight of this particular award is the partnership that it'll forge with the Latino Policy Institute. They are young and scrappy and Hamiltonian in that sense, and are doing everything that's possible to bring research-based analysis, data, and a real-life experience of Rhode Islanders, of Latino Rhode Islanders, to the forefront. And so I know that all of our communities of color thrive when we invest in any aspect of it. So I am a proud partner and ally of that work. And so I'll end there because we have someone who has taken a great advantage of the resources that RIC has provided to unlock the talents of people in the great square mile that we call Central Falls. So I want to turn it over to the host of the Workforce Hub, the great mayor of Central Falls, Maria Rivera.
Good morning. Thank you. Buenos días, I should say, right? Porque estamos celebrando el mes de la hispanidad. Aquí como que hace falta un poquito de salsa. I'm honored to be here alongside the presidents, Dr. Jack Warner, Senator Whitehouse, Congressman Amo, Vice President Jen Jarreau, Marcela Betancourt, William, and all of you. As mayor of the city of Central Falls, y esto lo voy a decir en español porque es muy importante para mí, como la alcaldesa de la ciudad de Central Falls, donde más del 70% de los residentes son latinos. Para mí es un orgullo que tengamos representantes como el senador y como el congresista que se enfoquen en la necesidad de las comunidades de nosotros y que entiendan por qué estos fondos son críticos para la comunidad y para la comunidad de Central Falls. So thank you. You know, the other thing that I look forward to is the Latino Policy Institute report that will analyze the barriers and opportunities that exist in higher education for the Hispanic Latino students in Rhode Island. Marcela does an amazing job with this work, Marcela and her team, I should say. I know that this is going to help inform how the Rhode Island College Workforce Development Hub in Central Falls can continue to serve the residents of Central Falls and the Blackstone Valley by bringing vital skills and training to our community. During Hispanic Heritage Month and every day, we recognize the contributions of our Hispanic Latino community and what they have made Rhode Island what it is today. I know that this investment in Rhode Island College will undoubtedly pay dividends to our state by preparing our next generation of Hispanic and Latino leaders who will continue to enrich and strengthen our communities. So thank you so much. And now it's my honor to introduce to you Jen Jarreau, the Vice President of Corporate Relations and Professional Studies.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you to our guests and our Rhode Island College community for being here this morning. I'm Jennifer Drew, Vice President for Corporate Relations and Professional Studies here at Rhode Island College, and have the distinct honor of overseeing the work being done at the Workforce Development Hub in the city of Central Falls. I would like to echo President Warner's thank you and appreciation to you, Senator Whitehouse, for this funding that will really significantly expand the work that we're able to do and create strong pathways from the work that happens at the Workforce Development Hub to the main campus here at Rhode Island College. Rhode Island College is proud to be a Hispanic serving institution and minority serving institution. We are proud to have the opportunity to serve the fastest growing student population in the country, Hispanic Latinx students. Hispanic Latinx students are ethnically, racially, and linguistically diverse, reflecting the growing diversity of our state. At RIC, we have programs across many schools actively serving Hispanic Latinx students and their communities. It is through funding and support the college received from Senator Whitehouse that we can amplify our servingness model for Hispanic students and all students at Rhode Island College. As the lead principal investigator for this earmark, I have the pleasure of working with my colleagues across divisions, the Latino Policy Institute, and partners across Rhode Island. Now to tell you what we've done this year. So we're in year one of this funding cycle, and we're extremely proud of the work that has been done. So the very first critical piece was hiring a coordinator, and a sincere gratitude and thanks to Shariva McClellan for all of the work she has done to pull this together. We've been able to provide professional development for faculty and staff attending conferences nationally. We're a partner with Excellencia in Education, the nation's leading organization committed to Latinx student success through college completion. We've attended technical and learning institutes and to work towards applying for Seal of Excellencia, which are institutions recognized for internationally serving Latinx students. As you heard from President Warner, he established his membership to Excellencia and Education's Presidents for Latino Success Network as the state's only president member, another sign of RIC's commitment to serving students. With the Latino Policy Institute on Illuminating the Way report, analyzing barriers and opportunities that exist in higher education for Hispanic Latinx students in Rhode Island. Along with a comprehensive review of data, the report will provide a summary of best practices and recommendations for Latinx students' success. The report will explore how RIC, as an HSI and MSI, can address enrollment, retention, and equity gaps that may exist for Hispanic identified students. As Mayor Rivera said, during my tenure at Rhode Island College, which has been long, my most proud accomplishment is the establishment of the Workforce Development Hub in the city of Central Falls. This is the result of a decade-long partnership with the city of Central Falls, and I would like to thank Mayor Rivera for her support and her commitment to the work that is being done there. This former credit union has been transformed into a collaborative space for adult education offerings, workforce development trainings, pre-K-12 education, industry, government, and nonprofit agencies to develop career and skills-focused education and training. We are continuing this work in the next phase of this grant, focused on implementation, including embedding servingness throughout the institutional goals, strategies, practices to be a student-centered and focused campus. The development of a new strategic plan and external advisory board for the Workforce Development Hub that aligns with RIC's strategic compass and the recommendations of the LPI report. Building partnerships with K-12 schools to enroll and support students as they pursue degrees in higher education. Dual enrollment courses being offered to high school students in Central Falls at the Hub. Increasing pathways between RIC main campus, the Workforce Development Hub, and adult learners throughout the state. Through the Hub, increase the number of stackable, contextualized credentials that create pathways into a 4-year degree at Rhode Island College. Our commitment to Hispanic Latinx student success is a commitment to the success of our state. The Hispanic Latinx workforce is the fastest growing in the country. Hispanic Latinx Americans are predicted to account for 78% of new workers between 2020 and 2030. Latinx students are an asset for Rhode Island's workforce because they bring multilingual and multicultural wealth to industries across the state. At Rhode Island College and the Hub, we are working to serve students by building on their strengths and connections to Rhode Island communities. Our work is to value those strengths and provide academic support so students thrive and succeed. Again, it is through developing partnerships within the community, like the Latino Policy Institute, and at the Hub, valuing the strengths our students bring to our campus and receiving resources and support that we can continue our mission as a Hispanic serving and minority serving institution. Thank you to President Warner and Senator Whitehouse and your colleagues for your steadfast commitment to our students' success, our faculty and professional staff development, and to the next generation of leaders in our state. Thank you. I also just want to put a plug in for the Hub. If anyone has not been to the Workforce Development Hub in the city of Central Falls, I would be very proud to provide a tour and an overview of the work being done there. And many of you are going to be asked to participate on the advisory board that I mentioned. So please stay tuned. And now I have the honor of asking Marcela Bettencourt, Executive Director of Latino Policy Institute, to the podium.
Buenos dias. Thank you so much, President Warner and Senator Whitehouse, for your support and your work. I also want to thank the Rhode Island College team, especially Shariva. Shariva always deserves like an extra shout out. The Latino Policy Institute has been doing work in the state of Rhode Island for 19 years, almost 20. And our goal is that through education, advocacy, and research, that we are able to communicate and demonstrate the evolving experiences of Latinos. And Rhode Island College is a perfect place to come and do that. As President Warner mentioned, I am a proud alumni of the college. I did the math of when I started, and that number got higher than I expected. I thought it was 5 years ago. It looks like it was 5 years ago. When the RIC team reached out to Latino Policy Institute for this report, I was honored, and I was also really determined to ensure that we were doing the best not only for the college but for the state. And it's been incredible to have the wonderful team at the college as well as partners in our work group really commit to what Rhode Island College needs and the state of Rhode Island needs to continue investing in Hispanic and Latino students. And I am incredibly proud to be here, and with the support of Senator Whitehouse and Congressman Amo and President Warner, to ensure that the work that is started is just the beginning. The report that we will be publishing later in November, so stay tuned, and hopefully we'll have another big one of these. It will just be the first one. It's just the beginning of what not only Rhode Island, but Rhode Island College, but also the state, needs to continue to do to invest in our state. I was just looking up, and I remember this number every time, but Latinos in the United States account for the fifth largest GDP. We can be our own country. And that is a really big deal. I am not here to stand in front of you to tell you why you should care about people that look like me or that look like your students. I am here to tell you that it is imperative, not only for the success of Rhode Island College, the success of the state, and the success of our country, that we continue investing in students, that we continue understanding the needs, the evolving needs of their families, so that we can continue to thrive. Thank you again to Rhode Island College, and we look forward to continuing to do work with you in the future. Thank you. And one of the most important people here today is one of our students, and so I want to introduce you to William today.
Good morning. Well, I hope you guys are having a wonderful start to your week. I'm really honored to be here, honestly, and I want to extend my gratitude to all the organizers and faculty, students, that made this event possible. Before I start, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is William Mejia. I'm a senior here at Rhode Island College. I'm a proud Latino, man. I'm from El Salvador. I was born and raised there for 12 years. I'm from a small village in the southern part of El Salvador, La Unión, and specifically the village is called Canton Mina San Sebastián, which is very rich historically. We've been there since the Spaniards came because we have very beautiful shiny gold. And so throughout history, you know, Spaniards been there, Americans also been there. So I've been exposed to a lot of culture growing up, and also living right next to the Honduran border, a lot of merchants live. So that's kind of in my blood, you know, like just that Hispanic hustle. So so that's kind of who I am. I'm just gonna fast forward for the sake of time to my educational years. I came here when I was 12, then I managed to go to CCRI. I got myself in an associate degree in liberal arts, which I didn't know what it was at the time, but I ended up working in the communication industry, and that kind of opened my eyes to understand how degrees kind of worked, and picked up some skills in marketing. I was working for a development company, construction, and I was in care of doing all the media stuff and the marketing on flyers and things like that. So I gained some valuable skills there, but I felt like I was going to hit a wall. So at that time, I started exploring different outlets or different institutions that could possibly allow me to move up. And definitely Rhode Island College was one of those institutions that filled that criteria, which I was looking at the time, which was affordability. I was looking into developing more skills, and I wanted to go to an institution that had a very progressive mindset, you know, especially for a Latino. And thankfully enough, the guy who got me into this place is here today. So, man, thank you very much for your hard work. So yeah, I'm a first-generation college student, and that's how I came here to RIC and faced many numerous challenges because I just didn't know how college worked, and I'm still trying to figure out how that works, right? So yeah, so I'm a psychology major here at Rhode Island College, and over my time here, I mean, after graduation, I really aspired to keep working in marketing and helping nonprofits. I'm trying to work with Latino arts. They do a lot of amazing stuff in the state, and I think it kind of represents my culture and stuff like that, so that's kind of where I'm aiming for. However, when I got here, I can't read off papers, I'm just gonna say it. So when I got here, I think the way I got involved into student leadership was through student community government, which also I did not know what it was, but I quickly learned what it actually represents for the students, and I think that was the first time I actually started to step out of my comfort zone and advocate for students and realize how important it is to speak for the needs of students who don't feel they can, you know. So that's where I got to meet many great faculty and staff around Rhode Island College that they're here in front of me right now. And I got to know people from the Unity Center, Lady and Danny, that you guys have helped me so much, especially because you guys are Latino and you guys understand all cultural experiences. So I think that has meant a lot for me. And I try to make it known when I see you guys. So thank you again for that. But that's how I got involved into all these organizations. You know, I've been part of many. I mentioned Student Community Government, LASO, which is Latin American Association, and WXIN, which is the radio here on campus. So I wear many hats on Rhode Island College, but I really cherish being treasurer of LASO, because I think that's where I get to, you know, just really be authentic and be who I am, and everybody understands the roots, and we try as students putting image for other students that look like us, that we do have representation on this campus and that you can do great things after you leave this place. And I know we have an executive board member here, and I know she's doing great things, so I'm glad to see that, you know, Latinos are going out there and doing great things after we leave this place, so it's nice to see you. So, yeah, I know I'm going over time. They gave me 2 minutes, so let me cut this short. Well, I just really hope that this LASO really continues to thrive, and that the new student leaders realize that they have the power to do change, and I think the goal is to the next student leader generation to do better than us, right? And I think that's kind of what we want to do, and we want to find young individuals to have the same mindset and want to keep this organization going, because we're going for 50 years, guys. We're one of the oldest guys on the block. So let's keep representing our students. So with that being said, I just want to extend my thanks to all the faculty, staff, the leadership team here at Rhode Island College. You guys do great work. President Warner, thank you for all you do. It doesn't go unnoticed. Senator Whitehouse, thank you for representing Hispanics, Latinos, and every single RIC student, not just the Latinos. You know, so we appreciate your hard work at a federal level. So thank you very much, guys, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. God bless.
As you can see, we have a lot to be proud of here at Rhode Island College. Our students are exemplary, William. Our alumni are also exemplary. So thank you for representing us so well. You know, there are signs when an institution regards something like this as important. And one of those signs is that my whole senior team is here. Our provost, Sheila Fleming, is here. Vice Provost Gabriela Torres is here. Kim Bright is here, Executive Director of Strategic Initiatives. Our Vice President for Administration and Finance, Sarah Enright, is here. Dean Quenby Hughes, Dean of the Faculty of Arts and Sciences, is here. And Cindy Kozel, who has enlivened campus life here on campus for all students, is here. And even my general counsel, Peggy Lynch Gadaletta, is here. I'm proud of the team that we have, and many more good things shall come. Thank you all for attending. We appreciate it.
Would you join us for the...
Yes, sir.